Good day everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you the game Uno Flash. This is one of the more rare Uno games out there, and a complete copy goes for around $50 plus shipping. But let's go ahead and show you this game. This is an electronic game, and I'll go ahead and show you the back first. There's these two switches over here. This one will power the unit on if you move it down. This will shut the unit off in the middle, and on the very top is the demo mode, and you would just simply hit a button and it'll just kind of go through all its little lights and everything. Right over here, this is the speed control. This basically is going to designate how much time in seconds you're going to have to play a card. You got 4 seconds, 6 seconds, and then the infinity symbol, which means there's not going to be a time limit. So I'll go ahead and turn on the unit. Okay, so let me just show you how to play Uno really quick. This game pretty much plays just like Uno with a couple of exceptions. Of course, you've got your deck of cards, and you're going to deal out 7 cards to each player, and you've got 4 different colored cards that are numbers 0 through 9. Now, after you've dealt out the 7 cards, you're going to place these cards face down, and then you're going to play a card face up, like this, to start the round. Now, what you can do is when it is your turn, you can play either a card of the same color or of the same number or symbol that is on here. So, for example, you can go ahead and play a red 4 over the red 2, or if you have the same number of a different color, you can simply play it over the number like that. Now, there are action cards in this game, and I will go ahead and show you what they are. One card you have is the wild card. You can play this at any time, so when it becomes your turn and you decide to play this, you will go ahead and play the wild card, and you will get to choose the next color. Now, if this card turns out to be the one that turns out face up after you've dealt out all 7 of the cards, whoever the machine chooses to play next is going to get to choose the color. You also have the draw 2 card. If you play this card, the person who goes next is going to have to draw 2 cards. If this card turns out to be the one that is flipped face up at the beginning, whoever is the next player is going to have to draw the 2 cards. We also have the draw 4 card. That's wild. If you play this card, you will not only get to choose a color, but the next player is going to have to draw 4 cards. However, you can only play this card if you are unable to play a card on the face up pile over here. If you do play this, the other player is going to have an option to challenge you. If it turns out he challenges you and you played this card correctly, he is going to have to draw 4 cards plus an additional 2 cards. However, if you played this card incorrectly, meaning that you could say play a blue card over that, and he challenges you and he's correct, then you're going to have to be the one that draws the 4 cards. Here is the skip card. If you play this card, the person who ends up going next is going to get skipped. And then we have the slap card. If you play this card over here like so, what you're going to do is you're going to hit this little Uno button over here, and then the unit is going to start to flash all over. What this is going to mean is that everybody is going to have to go and hit their player button, which is going to be assigned at the beginning of the game, which I'll show you. And whoever is the last person to hit their player button, they're going to have to draw 2 cards as a penalty. And if you're down to 1 card in your hand, you're going to have to call out Uno. If you don't and someone catches you, you're going to have to draw an additional 2 cards. So let's go ahead and show you how this works. You'll go ahead and start up the unit, and then the players that are going to play are going to select their player button. So I've got it set for 3 players, so we'll say 1, player 2, and player 3. Now, after all of the cards have been dealt out and the face-up card has been played, play will go ahead and start. Now, I've already dealt out 7 cards, so let's just go ahead and show you how this works. You'll start this up. Okay, so now player 2 has to play a card, so he's going to look and he plays this, and he hits the player button. And now player 3 has to play, so he'll go ahead and look real quick, and he will go ahead and play. Now, he played in time, but he did not hit his button in time. Because he did not hit the button in time, he's now going to have to draw a penalty of 2 cards. So he'll go ahead and draw his 2 cards, and then play will resume. And now player 1 gets to go. So he'll look at his hand, hit the button. Now player 3's turn. He's got to play something, so let's say he plays this real quick. Now let's just say that the 3rd player had chosen the color yellow to go with, so now the color is going to be yellow. So let's see who gets to go next. Okay, player 1 goes, so now he has to draw a yellow. He plays a draw 2. And now player 3 is going to have to draw 2 cards, so he draws, flips it real quick, and then player 2's turn, and he's going to go ahead and play yellow, and then it continues on like this. Pretty much this is how it continues on. You're going to continue playing the game like this until one person runs out of cards. Now, whoever runs out of cards, he's going to get points for the cards that his opponent has in his hand. Here is, I'll show you the scoring real quick with this. Any numbered cards or face value. Draw 2s are worth 20 points. Skips. are worth 20, the slap card is worth 20, the wild card is worth 50, the wild draw 4 is also 50 points. So he's going to get points for those cards that are in his opponent's hand, and the first person to reach 500 points at the end is going to be the winner of the game Uno Flash.